Imagine discovering a trading strategy that is so powerful that it completely transforms how you make money trading Forex. A trading strategy that is so reliable that it actually defines the norm, which means it will work on every single trade that you will take within any time frame, and it's so adaptable to any market condition. And the best part is that you don't need a single indicator. So you're probably wondering, what kind of strategy is that you don't need a single indicator and it works on every time frame and every pair? Well, brace yourself, because the answer is simpler than you think, and it's actually using pivot points. So pivot points are a technical analysis tool that traders use to determine important support and resistance levels, and these levels are crucial because they not only indicate where the price might face resistance or find support, but it can also hint you at the potential trend reversals or continuations. And pivot points are calculated using a very simple formula that actually considers the high, low, and close prices of a currency pair from the previous trading session. And the previous period can vary based on what the trader is looking at. So it could be the previous day for day traders, the past week for swing traders, or even the last month or year for those with a longer term perspective. Now guys, when it comes to trading these pivot points, you have essentially got two main strategies. So the first one is the trend continuation approach, where you basically enter the trades in the direction of a trend as the price moves past a pivot point, which once again signals that the trend is likely to carry on. And following that, there is the reversal strategy. So this approach focuses on identifying potential turning points in the market. Okay guys, so this is AUD/JPY on the monthly time frame, and as you can see, I have marked multiple pivot points just to guide this analysis and make it easier for you to understand. So starting from the bottom, we have S2, which is our second level of support. Moving up, we have S1, so the first level of support, which has been particularly significant, and I will explain later on. And above that, we have the central pivot point, and which basically acts as a key indicator of the market's direction. Okay guys, so looking closer at S1, you can notice these weak rejections over here where the price tried to push down but was quickly pushed back up simply because it was rejected off S2. And as you can see, these rejections have been happening consistently since July 2023, which clearly shows a strong bullish sentiment. So what it actually tells us that the sellers are struggling to gain control and buyers are stepping in with the force at these levels. And moving on to our resistance levels, we can see that R1 and R2 is clearly sitting above our central pivot point, and as you can see, since the price got rejected off the central pivot point, it once again reinforces bullish sentiment. So if we can extend the same logic, R2 could be our next target where the price might expect some resistance, or even further breakthroughs if the buying pressure persists. Now this is the 4-hour chart of AUD/JPY, and this is where I executed my trade. So since the overall trend is bullish, the price action has crossed above multiple pivot points, I can aim for that resistance level just right over here. So we can clearly see that the price has found support above this level, which is a great confirmation that the buyers are maintaining control, which once again aligns perfectly with the trend continuation approach. Now as you can see, my stop loss is placed below the recent swing low based on the higher time frames, while also having the central pivot point inside it, just as a safeguarding the trade against any unexpected downturns. Now the profit target is set just below this R1, which is the first level of resistance above the entry point, and in this case I was playing a bit conservative by not going right up to R1 because there's likely to be a bit of pushback from the sellers around here. Plus, as you can see, we have got the 99000 mark nearby, which is one of those psychological levels that traders tend to react to, especially when trading any JPY pair. So it's very smart to factor that in. And as you can see guys, by the outcome of this setup, the trade played out nicely. It did react to the psychological level, but after that, as you can see, it shot towards the upside even more. So as you can see, pivot points really helps us in making smart moves, where to enter the trade, when to exit, and how to manage your risk. Because at the end of the day, it's all about reacting to how prices move around these key levels and planning your trades with full confidence. And speaking of making smart moves with confidence, Magic Keys has been instrumental in keeping my trading account consistently profitable and healthy, because it's not just about having the right strategy, it's also about executing it flawlessly. So for example, their instant risk calculation for each trade is a breeze, which means I'm always aware of my exposure and can adjust on the fly to stay within my risk. And trust me when I say that I particularly love the partial take profit feature, as it allows me to scale out of trades, capturing those profits at multiple levels, which is especially useful when aiming just below that major resistance level in the example I just showed you. But one of the most standout features for me is the statistics tool that Magic Keys offers, because it provides a detailed breakdown of my past performance on specific trades. It's basically like having a detailed trading journal, but better, because it automatically captures and analyzes every action for me. So of course that this feature helps me the most by identifying patterns in my trading, learning from my successes, and understand my mistakes. So if you're looking to streamline your trading sessions and enhance your overall trading journey, Magic Keys is the tool you need by your side. And of course guys, by using my discount code mkristina forex, you can get 25% off Magic Keys. How cool is that? So take your trading to the next level and see the difference for yourself. Okay guys, so let's pivot to another pivotal strategy, which is trading reversals with pivot points, which is probably one of the most powerful ways to trade the markets. Reversal trading with pivot points is essentially about spotting where the market takes, a breath and prepares to move in the opposite direction. Okay guys, so let me share with you another example from my VAP trades. So of course, this time we are focusing on how we utilize the reversal trading approach to our advantage. So this is GBP Swiss on a 1 hour time frame. So just like our previous ADJPY example, we have got our pivot points plotted out here, but let's actually zoom out and consider the bigger picture from the monthly time frame. So looking at the monthly time frame, we can definitely spot an interesting scenario developing, especially at the weekly pivot point. Since January 2023, the price has consistently failed to close above this line, and every time it reaches this point, it basically gets knocked back down, showing us that the selling pressure is just too strong for the buyers to overcome. So this kind of persistent rejection at the resistance level, like our weekly pivot point, is a very classic sign that the trend could reverse. So what we have is basically resistance level that has been tested and held firm for months, and that's a very clear indication that it's an area where traders are watching and reacting to. So fast forward to our current setup on the 1 hour time frame, we can definitely see history repeating itself. As you can see, the price has made another push to the weekly pivot point and couldn't break through. And of course, at that time, I thought, okay, this is not just any normal retracement. It's gonna pull back heavy towards the downside. It's basically the kind that has been hinted on the monthly charts. So what else left to do? I basically structured my trade around this and went short. I placed my stop loss above the weekly pivot point and, respecting a history of rejections. And I was aiming for the central pivot point. Ideally, of course, managing my trade if the price would be retracing from the psychological level. And as you can see, the trade moved towards the downside nicely, as I anticipated based on that monthly price rejection. And as you can see guys, I showed you 2 trades that resulted in a huge profit by simply following this powerful pivot point trading strategy. So if you want to follow my trades and learn how to trade Forex properly to achieve this kind of result, you are always welcome to join my VIP group, and you will find a link in my description box down below. So if you enjoyed this video, then definitely let me know in the comment section down below. But if those 2 trades I share with you is not enough to prove how this trading strategy works and it can actually make you money on the daily basis, once again, check out my trading community, because let me tell you, every single trade I send to my VIP members are based around this approach. And trust me, we are winning every single week. You can check out my client feedback. I have members who are with me for over 2 and 3 years. Some of them are even 4 and plus. And trust me, I have nothing to hide. You can check out my trading performance. And yeah, don't forget to try this strategy out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!